Welcome, everyone. You asked us to really dig into the new Thunderbolts movie, and that's what we're doing today.
Yep, a deep dive. We're going beyond just, a plot summary.
Exactly. We want to uncover some of the maybe hidden details, the connections you might have missed, and we thought let's start right at the beginning with that opening sequence. It's interesting.
It really is. It immediately signals something different, doesn't it? You expect the usual Marvel Studios intro, the flipping comic pages.
Right, but instead it's gone, completely replaced. What we get is all Century Comics imagery.
All century. It tracks his whole history, basically, from his debut back in 2000 right up to the recent Jason Liu series that just finished.
And visually they include some cool stuff. There's that, like, retro Golden Age design from the Age of Century run in 2009.
And a really striking image of Bob Reynolds, that's Century fighting the Void.
Oh, yeah. And they specifically chose that one panel, didn't they? From
Yeah.
Century number 5 back in 2006.
That's the one. Where Dr. Worth confronts Bob Reynolds right before he splits into Century and the Void.
And he says that line.
You're tearing me apart. It's incredibly loaded, given what happens.
Okay, so maybe a quick primer on Century for anyone less familiar. He's often described as Marvel's Superman, power-wise.
Yeah, in terms of raw power, maybe.
Right.
But the huge difference is his internal struggle. We're talking addiction, serious mental health issues. It's core to his character.
And his whole introduction in the comics was, well, pretty unique, this meta thing, right?
Exactly. It was framed as this massive retcon. The story was that he had existed since the Golden Age, a founding Avenger even, but something catastrophic happened.
And everyone just forgot him, even himself.
Pretty much wiped from collective memory, which it's kind of wild. His powers are off the charts. The power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, reality warping, telepathy, flight.
He went up against Galactus, right? And didn't he, like, rip Eris in half?
He did. Major feats. But always tied to the Void, his dark side, sharing the same consciousness.
Which brings us back to that opening logo in the movie. It's not just Century images, it's darker, monochromatic, and silent, right? No fanfare.
Precisely. And that visual choice, that darkness, it's clearly foreshadowing the Void as a major threat in the film.
So the focus purely on Century's comics history in the logo.
It's a direct nod to how he was introduced in the comics with that whole retcon, that rewriting of history. The film is grounding us immediately in his very specific troubled story.
And then there's the Void itself. The movie seems to hint its origins are ancient, maybe even Old Testament vibes.
It poses that big question right away. Is the Void some kind of external ancient darkness, or is it really just internal pain manifested, Bob's pain?
And that ties directly into Yelena Belova's first scene, doesn't it?
It does. We see her meditating way up high on that Murdaugh 118 building in Kuala Lumpur.
But she's talking about an emptiness, right? A void.
Yeah, and she actually questions it herself. Is this feeling just because Natasha's gone, or is it something bigger, something inherent within her?
Wow. So right from the get-go, they're drawing this parallel. You have the potential cosmic threat of the void, and Yelena's a very personal, internal void.
Are they separate things? Or reflections of each other? It's compelling how both Bob Reynolds and Yelena are shown grappling with these deep inner issues while, presumably facing huge external threats with the Thunderbolts.
It suggests this real interplay between inner darkness and outer conflict.
Definitely.
So here's something to maybe mull over as you watch or rewatch Thunderbolts. Thinking about these personal voids, Yelena's, Bob's, and the dangers the team faces, what does that really say about being a hero?
Is real strength about conquering your inner demons? Or is it about fighting the monsters outside?
Or maybe, you can't truly do one without the other. Perhaps it's both. Definitely something to keep in mind as you explore the film's deeper layers.